Christopher John Cordova, okay? Oh, so he goes into video and get people sued. So
they know exactly the buttons to push and how far to push the boundaries.
They bait them. And as soon as I saw this call, I'm assuming that's what this was a baiting.
He's been very rude to everybody when we asked him to leave. Disrupting business big time. Sticking the camera into the window and yelling at them.
I don't know who he is. Can we make him produce ID?
They want the confrontation with us so they can live stream it. They can get more views.
Our safety is at risk.
Yep.
Everyone in the front area is at risk.
Yep. Just like ours. I mean, there's no difference at the police station.
There's something I wanted to show you guys. I've been wanting to show you actually for like a couple of months, but I always just keep forgetting. So I'll show you right away. And I have a little bit of a semi, not super long opening monologue. So if you're watching this after and you just want to watch the video, there's the banner down there. It's going to play after. So, but I wanted to show you guys this. I thought it was cool. I thought some of you guys might like it. This is my great grandfather. His honorable discharge, because my grandma, she just recently passed away. So I got my great grandpa's stuff, and he didn't speak a word of English. When I was a little kid, he used to talk to me in Spanish, and I would just sit there, just listen to him talk. I just thought he was so cool. But check it out. Honorable discharge from the United States Army. This is to certify that Narciso Alire, I think that's how you say his name. United States Army, as a testimonial of honest and faithful service, is hereby honorably discharged. And look at the date here. Right there. November 21st, 1918. That's cool, right? So, you know, a lot of people, they're like, oh, thank the troops, right? For protecting our freedom. So I know a lot of people, like, you know, they support the troops. I wanted to read something from, you guys might have heard this, but a quote from Smedley D. Butler, who was what rank was he? He was the Major General. I think he's a Major General, which was the highest ranking officer at the time. Okay. He says, I spent 33 years and 4 months in active military service. And during that period, I spent most of my time as a high-class muscle man for big business, for Wall Street and the bankers. In short, I was a racketeer, a gangster for capitalism. I helped make Mexico, and especially Tampico, safe for American oil interests in 1914. I helped make Haiti and Cuba a decent place for the National City Bank boys to collect revenues in. I helped in the R word of half a dozen Central American republics for the benefit of Wall Street. I helped purify Niagara for the International Banking House of Brown Brothers in 1902 to 1912. I brought light to the Dominican Republic for the American sugar interest in 1916. I helped make Honduras right for the American fruit companies in 1903. In China in 1927, I helped see to it that Standard Oil went on its way unmolested. Looking back on it, I might have given Al Capone a few hints. The best he could do was operate his racket in 3 districts. I operated on 3 continents. And then, of course, his most famous quote, war is a racket. It always has been. It is possibly the oldest, easily the most profitable, surely the most vicious. It is the only one international in scope. It is the only one in which the profits are reckoned in dollars and the losses in lives. And it like really strikes a chord with me because, you know, he was the highest ranking officer at the time, right? That's what he says. Like, are troops really fighting for our freedom though? Or are they, you know, fighting for the banksters and the politicians and the war profiteers? You know what I mean? And I'm not blaming the troops. It's just, I blame the government. I blame the politicians for manipulating naive young men to go fight rich men's wars, right? And it's never really been about freedom. You know, even like World War II, there's evidence, you know, people have come out that were in the military that said that whistleblowers have said that they knew about Pearl Harbor and they allowed it to happen so that they could join. And then, you know, people signed up, you know, like some people signed up, like volunteered, yeah, send me in, right? Like these people just knowingly let American lives be lost so they could get in there, and then you go and volunteer. You know, and I know a lot of you guys, I think the majority of people don't really buy the official 9/11 story, right? The official government story, right? So like, you know, if troops are really protecting our freedom, it would be if somebody really invaded us or an attack on us. And like I said, 9/11 is not really that. But when the United States goes into foreign countries and enforces their will on them, that's not protecting our freedom. Like your freedoms are being taken away from your own government, right? So I always say, like, how many times, why do we thank the troops for protecting our freedom when they're not the ones protecting our freedom, because we keep losing freedom, right? So you have the Patriot Act, you have all the government spying that Snowden blew the lid off of, right? And then you have, you know, like flock cameras now. Like we lose freedom every day. So I don't think that the troops protect our freedom, right? You know, if somebody were to invade us, then they would, but they manipulate you. And so I just wanted to throw that out there for anyone, you know. But one more thing before, so again, we have some opening monologue. I wanted to show one thing before we play the video too. And this, there was a comment on Auditing Erie County's channel. He sent me a screenshot of it. So I wanted to read it to you guys. It's interesting. See on the very top, it says, LOL, DMA is a joke. And then Auditing Erie County says, why? And this guy, WAJ Red, he says he tried to say that he had a right to record inside Social Security office a couple years ago, and he doesn't properly understand. And then it gets cut off. Well, I think that he doesn't understand because, again, just to clarify, that case law, the fact when I got found guilty of that, it didn't say, the judge never said anything about you can't record in the Social Security office. In fact, if you read it, he actually says that in a different circumstance, in a different office, things could be different. All that did was say that that particular space wasn't a lobby. So all it did is say that you cannot record in that space in Littleton, Colorado at that specific Social Security office because it's not a lobby. They don't have a lobby, I guess. Okay. That's all it did. So you can still record in the Social Security office lobby. And the auditor troll like told all of his, I remember when I got found guilty, when I lost the appeal, he was like, oh, there's case law now. You can't record in Social Security offices. Like if he read the actual verdict, what they said, you would see that he didn't say that. He actually said in a different circumstance, things could be different. So just to clarify that. So let's read what else Auditing Erie County said. So he says he tried to say he had a right to record inside of Social Security offices a couple years ago, and he doesn't properly understand something. And then Auditing Erie County says, hold on a second, actually. Let me get rid of this banner so you can see it. Sorry. Hide. Okay. He says, Auditing Erie County says, dude, you are the joke. It was once against the law for Black people to sit on the front of the bus, you know, until somebody challenged it. Now they can sit where white people sit. But if she lost that court battle, would she be a joke as well? The difference between DMA and you is DMA is actively doing activism while you do nothing. So who's the real joke? So, you know, like I'm almost done with this documentary. I should be done like this weekend. I should be done with the whole thing. Thank God. And then I was going to be going recording more audits next week. And it's like, you know, this whole thing with like people with the Social Security stuff, I noticed that, you know how many auditors have been found guilty of for their activism? It's not like I'm the only one, right? There's like countless, like dozens. I could name 10 right now, right? But it's like I'm the only one that like people talk about with the Social Security stuff. I know I get a lot of support too, but the amount of support I had during the audit it was crazy, right? Like I was getting donations. I gained 11,000 subscribers overnight. I went to bed, woke up, had 11,000 more subscribers. I had all the support in the world. But then when I lose the case, the support's gone. And like, you know, you look at like other guys, you know, like Craig Hendry, what happened to him was terrible. And like Flex Your Freedom, Carolina, Rogue Nation, like all kinds of people, right? No one says like, oh, dude, like, you know, you suck and you suck because you lost that case, right? I thought it was kind of interesting. So I was like, man, do I even really want to, like, why do I do this? You know what I mean? Because I know, and I'm appreciative of my support because I do have support from a lot of you guys, but it's like, for whatever reason, I feel like it's selectively that case. It's weird, but like when Flex Your Freedoms, when he got found guilty for that thing that he did, and like Craig Henry, like I donated to both those guys, and I always blame the government. Most people blame the government, right? But for whatever reason, in my case, they blame me specifically. But it's like, I was thinking about like, why do I do this? Why do I risk my freedom? Why do I lose my freedom? Why do I hurt my financial stability? Because I'm on my own now, and like, I have to bond myself out of jail. Like it's like when I get arrested now, I have to like call my mom, and it like kind of puts her in like a bad spot too. I'm like, I don't want to have to do that, but I do, and I don't even like have money to bond myself out of jail. So it's weird. It's like, why do I do this? And, it's hard too, because I do get some financial help from you guys, and I appreciate that. I'm not saying I'm not appreciative, but it's hard too when you're trying to do things because a lot of this stuff costs a lot of money. You know what I mean? And I was like, I made a GoFundMe, and I think I raised like $500 like in a lifetime of it. And there's these other auditors, right? And I'm not like clowning on them or saying they shouldn't make money, because I've never been one of those guys. It's like tax the rich, right? Yeah. Redistribute the wealth. Like, I think that's stupid. Like I want to be a millionaire or a billionaire too. That'd be cool. So I'm not for like tax the rich or hating on people because they make money. But there are people that make like, around 25 grand a month on YouTube. And then they make like 30 grand a month on Facebook, anywhere from like 30 to 50 grand a month on Facebook. And then whatever TikTok is, right? So people make, some of them here in this niche, they make, 50 grand a month roughly, right? And then they start a GoFundMe, and they get $500 a day, not a lifetime. Like they make like 20 grand a month. And that's great if you want to donate to them. But like I said before, your money would go so much further. In fact, if you never donated to those guys, they're going to have the top of the line attorney no matter what, right? They make $500,000 a year, right? But not only you're just giving them extra money, but if you donate to the smaller guys like Craig Henry, right? Flex Your Freedoms, J-Town, stuff like that, your money's going to go so much further, right? And so I just wanted to throw that out there for you guys, because it could be really the difference between like if you donate to these big guys, just giving them more money, or if you donate to like a Craig Henry, like him actually having a real attorney instead of a public defender. Like that's the difference. And so like, I hope that someday, like if I start making, 20 grand a month on YouTube, like if I got arrested, I don't think my conscience would let me start a GoFundMe. I feel like GoFundMe should be like when you just don't have the money, like they're in times of hardship. So like if you make $500,000 a year and then you start a GoFundMe, it almost feels like greed to me. Like if I started to GoFundMe, and I can't say this because I haven't been in this situation, but I would hope that if I was able to raise, 20 grand in a month or $500 a day on a GoFundMe, that I could use that money as like a fund for other auditors, like when they get arrested or something. That would be a cool thing to do. It's something that I would like to do someday. So, yeah, thanks for listening to me, guys. So we're going to play the video soon. But just one more thing, sorry, that I wanted to mention. And this is in regards to the 1201. So, I was thinking about it, and, it says, see on the bottom here, it says public enemy number one. And again, I don't think that the repercussions of this 1201 are as big as everyone's making it out to be. I'm not even saying, and the law doesn't say that you can't download videos, but, like this law, again, has already been in existence. I'm just utilizing the law, and I'm the first one to use it in this way for this, right? But people are like, oh, drop the lawsuit, it's going to be bad. And I don't think it's going to be bad, but let's just say it is going to be bad. Okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. It's going to be bad. Even if I dropped the lawsuit, do you think someone else wasn't going to figure this out? Like it's already out of the bag now. And I'm not the only one suing for 1201 too. There's other people like in this niche that are suing for 1201. So it's not going to do any good, for one. For two, it's inevitable. Like somebody was going to figure this out eventually. You can't stop it. It's like if you're on a train, right? And like there's somebody who was supposed to maintenance the train, didn't maintenance the train track, and it's all busted right there. And there's a huge train coming down. It's inevitable. You're a mile away and it takes 2 miles to stop the train. It's inevitable. You're going to crash, right? you can't stop the train. So like when people blame me, it's like they're blaming the guy that's operating the train, right? It doesn't matter who's operating the train. It was going to crash regardless, right? Blame the guy who didn't do the maintenance on the track. If you don't like the law, blame the legislator, right? Don't blame me. And again, it doesn't even matter because the repercussions of it is not what everyone thinks it's going to be. I'm not even saying that you can't download my video, right? But think about this too, is this entitlement. Like, you know, you can't download people's CDs. Like, remember, like what was that app in like the early 2000s, like LimeWire or something like that, where everyone used to download music for free, right? And you can't copy movies, right? It's people's intellectual property that they own. So imagine the entitlement to say, hey, you know what? I should be able to download your property at any time that I want to, right? So like when I create my videos, they take me nowadays about 40 hours on average. I can do one in 20 hours sometimes, but you know, about 20 to 40 hours, sometimes more. This documentary I spent about 1,000 hours on. I figured out I'm making like 50 cents an hour on this thing. So people are like, oh, you're here for money. And I purposely am making 50 cents an hour to get this out. But I have to go record the footage. Then I bring it home. I got to put it on my computer. I got to drop it all on my timeline, right? Put it together, color correct it, go through my audio, cut out all the boring parts, add in my text overlays, add in my special effects, put in my voiceovers, piece it together so that it tells a story, make my intro. It's art. It's something that I created from nothing. It's something that I created with my hands and my mind. It's mine. I own it. And again, I'm not even saying that you couldn't download it if I'm giving you permission to download it. But what I'm saying is the audacity for people to have entitlement that you have to let me download and have your intellectual property. And it's weird that people are against it even in this community because people are about property rights, you know? So you can imagine saying to someone, dude, I have the right to come into your house and just take stuff from your house anytime I want to. And you're just going to deal with it. And if you don't let me do that, then you're bad. Right? That's what this is to me. That's like I had this epiphany yesterday. I'm like, what? People feel like they have like a right to my intellectual property that I created, my work. You don't have a right to own my stuff. And it's there on YouTube. If you want to watch it, it's for free. It's there. You know? And I'm just waiting for people to come on my side because, you know, all the people that this is the first time it's been like on social media, but, you know, you already can't, you know, rip CDs. You can't rip movies, right? It's a whole thing. It's just the first time it's been here and it's inevitable. Somebody was going to figure this out if it wasn't me, right? Or it wasn't, I didn't figure it out. My attorney did, right? So, but think about that. Like, do you have a right to my intellectual property, to my art that I created? That's some bold shit right there. If that's what you think. Okay, we're gonna jump into the video now. Hey, what's up, Life Under the Microscope? It's easy for a big channel to talk a lot of shit. Fuck them. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for being a member too, bro. I appreciate your support, bro. All right, guys, let's jump into the video since we've been waiting long enough. Okay, here we go, guys. So this is last week we did the District 11, the bus stop place. And this is the body cams of them. You get to hear what they all said, all the shit they're talking. So here we go. Let's go this way.
Christopher John Cordova. Okay. Oh, so he goes into video and get people sued. So
They know exactly the buttons to push and how far to push the boundaries.
They bait them. And as soon as I saw this call, I'm assuming that's what this was a baiting.
He's been very rude to everybody when we asked him to leave. Disrupting business big time. Sticking the camera into the window and yelling at them.
I don't know who he is. Can we make him produce ID?
They want the confrontation with us so they can live stream it. They can get more views.
Our safety is at risk.
Yep.
Everyone in the front area is at risk.
Yep. Just like ours. I mean, there's no difference at the police station.
Hey guys, I finally got a hold of the body worn camera footage. So we're gonna skip past this part, guys. You guys don't want to hear me blabbing, but it's funny listening to myself on these older videos. This one's not that old, but because like when I'm talking, it's kind of weird. It's more robotic. The best way to do like a voiceover is just talk to people like they're your friend. Unless it's like a documentary style, you want it to have a certain tone.
Christopher Young.
Sorry, guys. Let's skip past. It's like a few minutes over. Gosh, this thing's kind of messing up here. Sorry, guys.
Christopher Young.
Oh, it's fucking messing up. It's messing up.
Christopher.
For whatever reason, it's not going to let me. You know, this file has been giving me a hard time, so I'm going to have to do it a different. I'm just going to play it directly off from YouTube. Just remove that. Sorry, guys. We'll just do it a different way. We'll play it straight from YouTube. Let me just look up the video real quick on my channel. Just bear with me here, guys. I got to find it. It's kind of an older one. It's not that old. It's like, I think it's like 2.5 years old or 2 years. It's like halfway down. Okay, here we go. It's right here. All right. Now let me just share screen. Okay, so we got, we'll do it this way. Let me go full screen on it. There we go. Okay. No, we'll just play it directly from YouTube now.
Christopher Young Cordova. Okay. Oh, so he.
Okay, here we go. Here's where the body cams start. So the Colorado Springs has like these weird body cams. They're like kind of like the long way, you know, like a reel or a short. So I did it this way so that I could put both body cams.
This the main office right here? Yeah. All right. Okay. Cool.
Thanks for becoming a member, Howard. You're a member once again, bro. Good to see you.
Afternoon. How's it going? Ooh. Hey, how's it going, sir?
Hey, good. How are you?
Not too shabby. So just trying to figure out what's going on, man.
Can you give me a name and badge number, please?
Officer Wright, 6836.
Your business card?
I do. I'll give it to you here in just a second, man. Just trying to figure out what's going on. They called us and we're just here, man, just trying to figure out what the story is, man.
Can I get your name, sir?
3822.
Name?
Officer Malky.
Yeah,
So I see his attitude right away. That's the Milky guy's the bad one. So he's the one that just can't stand that I'm in there.
I mean, I'm just here. I mean, This is open to the public. I actually had business here, so I came in, I had a couple conversations with a bus driver when I first came in. We were talking, and I had another conversation with another bus driver. A lot of people coming in and out, real friendly. Everyone behind the desk over here has been extremely combative. I've been nothing but nice. I'm trying to request information. They're ignoring me, telling me I need permission to record, stuff like that. So I did my research. This is public. This security guard here is trying to tell me this is private property, and then he told me that the school district owns it. So that's obviously public property. This area is open to the public. I'm not trying to go into the restricted area or back here where we have key cards. I mean, this is clearly a public lobby. I came in here to request public information, being nothing but friendly, and this guy right here is demanding ID from me. Okay. Not even you can get ID from me. CRS 16-3-103.
You don't have to quote CRS to me, man.
Okay, but I'm just
I appreciate it, though.
He can demand ID from me like it's Nazi Germany. So that's it, man. I'm here as an independent citizen journalist, and I came to gather some content for a story, also get some public information here from these guys, which they're completely ignoring me and they call the police on me. So that's it. I just wanted to conduct my business. I was telling this guy I probably had already been gone by now. If they would have just, serviced me, I'd be out of here. I've already been here now for 50 minutes.
Yeah, I've never been here before, so I don't know what property it belongs to. So I'd have to figure that out. I mean, it's public lobby. I don't see I have a problem with you being here, but I don't know. I have to talk to this guy and figure out if this is government property or private property or what it is. Because like I said, I've never been here before, so I'm going to educate myself too.
Okay. No, it's not private. Private would be like a private owner, like McDonald's, Walmart. So it's public property, but it's open to the public. You just said this is a lobby.
Right.
There's no secured access.
No,
right?
I got you.
The gate's wide open. It says visitor parking there. So again, this is the restricted area. Now, if I go back there,
Yeah,
then that, I can
Yeah.
trespass, because that's clearly not, that's a secured area, so.
okay.
But
So-
this guy
so-
right here has been acting like I got a rifle and I'm trying to like jump in there, slamming the door shut, telling all the employees not to come over.
So you're researching the story and you're here to try to get some public information for something.
Correct.
Did I read that, did I understand that correctly?
Yes.
Okay. And you don't have to tell me what story it is. I don't need to know, man. Who do you work for?
I work for myself.
Okay. Oh, you said some media company. That's why I was asking. Do you work for a media company?
I'm
Independent.
yes.
Got you. Okay. I'm just trying to understand the whole story, man.
Gotcha.
So you come here to request public information? Is that, I don't know if they do that here?
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
they should.
Mike.
I mean, it's public lobby, so.
I think my mic was muted. I said, Auditing Erie County, if you're in here, I showed your comment and I wanted to give a shout out to the Audit and Crofty. Thank you for coming in here. Thanks for the support. And also Brandon Mitchell, you're a member again, dude. That's cool. I think you got the gift, man. Thanks for your support over the years, bro.
Well, I mean, I don't know what information they can give you here. I have no idea, man.
Okay.
That's why I'm asking, because I don't know. Like I said, I've never been to this facility before, so I'm not familiar with anybody or anything here. I just know this is where they park buses. And I just learned that as soon as I drove up. So I don't know what public information.
Hey guys, I want to just let you know, sorry to pause it, that super chats are welcome. I appreciate them. I'll throw them up on the screen and then I'll go through at the end and read them all.
They might be able to have here to give you. So that was my question. I don't know what.
Well, initially I came in to ask some questions, but like I said, they were completely ignoring me and being rude. They were yelling. I could show you the footage of how extremely rude and unprofessional they were just because I had a camera in here. So now my business is pretty much conducted, but I do need to get their names. So I'm pretty sure they're not going to give them to me. So I just need like a public request, public information request form.
I don't carry those around, man. I don't have any of those.
Right, I need them to, their job is to service the public and give me information so that I can do a public records request on their names and salaries.
Got you.
And then once they give me the information to do that.
And that's
then I
just,
will
you
be
want
on-
them to give you the public request, the records request.
Well, they could either just give me their names or they could give me the information to do the request and then my business is conducted. At that point, I will peacefully leave out of here.
Okay. Well, let me talk to these guys for a second, man. Just trying to work through all the dynamics of it and everything. All right.
Understood.
You good here, man?
I'm good.
All right. Give me a second. We'll talk to this gentleman outside here.
Okay, so. Okay. Okay, all right, I'll find out. I'm like.
Hey. Hi. Doing okay.
He's live streaming.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he say why he was here?
No, he won't say anything. He's been very rude to everybody when we asked him to leave. He says, "Oh, I can be here because this is considered a public space."
Technically. That's what I was just talking. I just got off the phone with the supervisor.
Right.
Kind of in agreement because state runs government facility building.
So you can see that Officer Milky is, he's agreeing with me, but he hates that he has to agree with me. And this guy right here already told a lie. I think I have like a thing that says counts the lies out. So he said that, oh, he's been extremely rude. Like, dude, if he's saying that I was rude, and if you watch the other video, the link's in the description, they were being so rude to me. And then he has the audacity to say that I'm the rude one. That's wild.
Lobby, public access, come and go. And during business hours, it looks like, right? Because off business hours, the gates close and it's shut down.
Right.
So technically, he can be in the lobby. As long as he's not interfering with business, people
He's
coming and
slightly
going.
disrupting.
Yeah.
Disrupting business big time.
Yeah. Is he engaging with anyone or?
Yeah, he has been with sticking the camera into the window
Yeah.
and yelling at them.
So we can tell him that he can, if he wants to film in there, he can film in there. He's looking for a confrontation. That's
Oh,
what
yeah,
he's looking
because
for.
that's why he's live streaming.
Yeah, he's looking for a
Do
confrontation.
we know anything about this guy? I don't know who he is.
So you know what? When they say that you're looking for a confrontation, of course it's true that the confrontations are what get the views, right? If you guys don't want to see cops being respectful and everyone being respectful, that's, I mean, the niche is kind of drama driven, right? But I can assure you that I don't want that. I've always said that I would be happy to go out of business, right? But like when you say, oh, you're looking for a confrontation, that's like telling a doctor that you're like just hoping that people get sick, right? So you can stay in business, right? It's inevitable that people are going to get sick. It's inevitable that there's going to be this corruption, apparently. So I can assure you that every time I go into a public building or I pull up at a traffic stop, I get nervous, I get butterflies, I get anxiety, my adrenaline starts pumping, and I just hope that they do a good job. And when they do a good job and I leave peacefully, I'm like relieved. I'm like, oh, thank God. Of course, when something like this happens, I'm not going to sit there and lie and say that when I leave that my adrenaline's not pumping and I get a huge endorphin dump. That's true. But you know, that's like saying, you know, if you cheat on your wife and she said, oh, did it feel good? And you're like, no, honey, it didn't. I hated it. Right. So of course, yeah, when, you know, the cops leave and I do a successful audit. Yeah, of course I feel good about it, but I can assure you, I'm not hoping that they have a confrontation.
Can we make him produce ID?
Not unless we're going to charge him, unless we have a reasonable suspicion of a crime. So right now he's allowed to be there. These guys they push the limit boundaries.
Mm-hmm. They want the confrontation.
They want the confrontation. They want it. They show up in our lobbies all the time. I mean, government building.
Now, if he forces his way in
He
here,
can't.
this is a
So
locked
this is
entrance.
locked, and he knows that. These guys are very savvy with what they know, and then he's pushing the boundaries. He's looking for, just to tell the office staff, don't feed into it. He's looking for that confrontation.
But
I think he'll.
him sticking the,
No, so we'll tell
Do
him.
you have
the
work
camera
to
in
do
there.
so they don't record?
Yeah, we'll tell him that he can't stick
because
the camera.
he's blocking their access, and you know, as far as getting up and getting their
Yeah.
stuff done here.
Yeah. So as long as he doesn't, we're gonna warn him.
In the original video, every single time that someone came in, I moved out of their way. And this guy right here is a piece of trash, man. If his name's in the original video in the description, the link I said again is in the description. But he's like the supervisor guy, man. He just made up so many lies and is catastrophizing this whole thing.
He can't stick it
Well, and
inside
then
the window.
What about people saying you can't film?
There's nothing because
Okay.
it's public.
Okay.
There's no expectation of privacy in a public.
So if I trip and he falls down?
And don't because he's live streaming.
So if I trip and he falls down?
And don't because he's live streaming. Then we have to
Well, but
review the
his
video.
camera won't move.
Yeah.
Don't say
Did
anything.
you hear what he just said? He's there colluding, and then the officer just says, well, don't do that because he's live streaming. See how big of a piece of trash this Milky guy is?
Yeah.
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 Good
These guys
Yeah.
know.
I know.
They're
It's
baiting
just-
you. I know it's
why,
irritating.
Why is it? But I'm
Anything else?
itching.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I wanted to get to right here because I think I talked over a part.
And don't because he's live streaming. Then we have to
Well,
review
but
the
his
video.
camera won't move.
Yeah.
Don't say
I'm
anything else.
itching.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
These
trash.
guys
Yeah.
know.
I know.
They're
It's
baiting
just-
you. I know it's
Why
irritating.
is it? But I mean,
Yeah.
why do they do this? What's
I
the
don't.
reasoning?
I don't know if it's a transportation issue that they're upset about. Who knows?
They could be looking for a confrontation with us because they go here and then they're looking for us
Oh, I see.
to push.
To
So
push the
I think once they realize we leave, and he might get bored and then leave. So that could be it too. But we'll tell him during business hours, you can be in here, you can't interfere with.
they
But let me
business.
tell you, those gates are locked.
Yeah, after business hours,
No, those gates, tomorrow, those gates are gonna be
Yeah.
closed. And you have to be an
Yep.
employee of this to access.
yep, so that's the other thing. So if that's your common practice, if that you guys are locking gates now and stuff like that, then he can't, there's no more expectation this is a public space. Then that's it. If there has to be a gate access, key card, stuff like that, then he loses that.
at that
expectation
point-
to
at
come
that
on
point,
property.
it's
Then it'd be private
Public,
property,
right.
yep, and he can't enter it without proper ID and stuff. So then it'd be a trespassing, but right now, since the gates are open, this is a public,
Did you see how he said if you put the gate up, if you do this, the key card access, then it becomes private property. See, like these cops, they don't understand it. It doesn't become private property. It becomes a restricted area. There's no such thing as government owned private property. It's all public. And people say, oh, try to go and record at the Pentagon or the White House, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, just because it's public property doesn't mean you can record in it. I've never said that, but it's restricted access is what the term is, not private property.
space, government ran building, state, all that, and he's staying in the lobby. That's, he's allowed to do it.
I'm gonna talk to Mike and I'm gonna call Dave out.
Yeah.
and say,
If do the other employees have like a back entrance they can
Yeah, we
use
have lots of ways to get out of here. They're all key card
to
controlled.
come in? Yeah, as long as he doesn't come in through this building, this door.
Well, and that's what I've been directing bus drivers to go around at that point.
Yeah.
I've never been here before. I didn't even know this was here.
So basically what this is our transportation division.
Okay.
I guess he come in onto the property with the cameras, was just filming and everything else.
Okay.
I'm sure we treat this just like we do our schools. You are not allowed to be filming on district property.
Okay. So I would need to know more than what I'm sure we do.
Then you get a hold of our public.
Because I mean, I understand what your reasoning is. However, I mean, this is just, it's a bus yard. At the end of the day, it's not actually a school. So I don't know how we would look at that. I don't know. Is this private properties, government property because it belongs to the school district? That's kind of what I got to figure out.
That's why I'm.
Private property, then I can be like, you can't be here. But I'm pretty sure it's a government, since it belongs to the school district.
Correct. Because we do run
yeah.
the government plates
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
And, I mean, there's visitor parking, come in the public lobby. How he's acting after that, I can't attest to that.
Correct.
I can't force them to give him any information.
Right.
So I don't know what he's talking about, a public records request. I don't have no idea what that is.
Because all they're gonna have out here is just the transportation part of
Yeah.
our children.
Yeah, okay. And these guys that are inside the door, that the ones who actually run the facility, the one the other officer's talking
The
to?
lady that's standing on the inside.
Mhm.
She-
Never
she's
stops,
the head
man.
on, right, she's the head honcho.
Okay,
You'll have scared as Mike. Christopher Young, Cordova, okay. Oh, so he goes into video and get people sued. So basically what we're looking at is this being.
So basically what happened, guys, is one of the trolls saw the live stream and they called in and told that people who my name is. They do that all the time. These people that they hate freedom. It's so weird. And Facebook's even worse. Like at Facebook, people and Instagram, like in Facebook, you can do like memes and stuff in the comment section. And this one guy put literally like 30 memes in a row, just like anti-auditor memes, 30 of them. And I'm like, dude, this is like reaching like stalker ex-girlfriend status, right? Like remember Wedding Crashers? And he's like, stage 4 clinger, we got to go. Like that's this behavior. This guy in Facebook, he hit me up on Messenger and he was like just talking a bunch of shit of how big of a scumbag I am. And I didn't respond to it. And then like 5 hours goes by and then he responds in Messenger again to his own response. Oh, and also, by the way, this, that. Think about that. Like I'm running through his mind all day. Like he's thinking about me all day. It's so crazy, man. And so like I always say, I don't even just watch things that I don't like. You know what I mean? Like I don't even watch audits anymore. I used to for entertainment value, but now I don't like it watching like, people get arrested and stuff like that. I like the entertainment value part, like when it's a successful part, but I just try not to watch it because I don't like it. It puts me in a bad mood. But these people, because, negative things also release endorphins. It's why people get addicted to anger, right? So they purposely watch stuff to lower their vibration. It's bizarre behavior.
For the public. He was just in the lobby.
Let me go ahead and talk to these guys over here.
And one more thing I want to mention, you know, like I say, if I don't like something, I don't even watch it. So like, I don't even want the trolls to watch my videos, but I know that they're going to. So if they're going to, then I'd rather them watch my video. I need to get paid for them watching my video rather than Auditor troll or someone else, right? I need to at least get those hate views. I don't want someone else to be making money off of my content.
I know it's bizarre. I don't.
My thing is, what do you want out of it?
Either attention. They look for attention. They want the confrontation with us so they can live stream it. They can get more views.
Live stream comments.
Yeah, he can get more views on his channel or whatever he has. There's a couple that we've been dealing with, like
This is what I'm talking about. He's impeding them being able to get up to the window and use their box and go into their, he was standing right there.
yeah, they can get right up to the window as long as he doesn't cross that plane. And I think
But
he
he's
knows
disrupting
that.
day-to-day business though. Because there's a bus driver came in and he wouldn't move from there because one of the ladies was saying.
Well, I'll talk to him.
So the reason why I wouldn't move, because I kept continuously moving. And there's one time that I wouldn't move because I'm there for service also, and they were just ignoring me. So at that point, I was like, no, I'm not going to move now. I need service here. So that was the only time that I didn't move. But this guy just he's disrupting business. He's blocking people. It's just straight up lies, man. It's crazy that they I don't know how you could just lie like that. It's just, but I think in their own mind, they believe their own lies. You know what I mean? It's weird.
About disrupting business. If somebody needs to get to the window, he can't.
So Mike Gall is telling me Palmer's having the same thing.
So
Palmer's
this
having an issue
is
too.
this is a TikTok bullshit thing is what it is.
Yeah, it's something. Who knows what these guys.
Yeah, by the way,
Alright.
can you look at room
Thanks.
304E?
A lot of times it gets into
He didn't know who I was, but they all know who I am now because I have a pending lawsuit in Colorado Springs, which I think they're about to settle soon.
Hot tile underneath at Saban?
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's just, I don't know.
You know,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
thing is, you know, it's what really, I guess, is chaps my ass more than anything. It's like this is happening in our own damn country, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I figured these guys got something better to be doing with their time, but
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. So this is what they want.
So I'm gonna talk to Mike out, Dave Allison,
Yeah.
and ask if we start closing gates,
Okay.
then you have to have an ID to enter into the premises.
Yeah, then it becomes no more.
This is happening in our own damn country, man. This guy hates freedom right here. He can't stand freedom, man. He would be better off in North Korea. I think would be a good fit for him.
No expectation. This is no longer a public access building.
Okay.
And then
And
this
I'm
would
gonna
be-
ask Dave that, and if that's agreed to, then I'll talk to Mike and CJ and the others to say, sorry, food service, warehouse, we gotta lock it down for a while.
Yep.
Yeah, and then, yeah, if you set up no trespassing signs on the gates, so people know can't trespass, gate access or card key access only, stuff like that, that tells them, that gets the
I'm
idea.
gonna go in, tell them nothing, to
Yeah, that's all it is.
I'm trying to get everything, all the information, man. So let me talk to these guys real quick and I'll be right back out with you, okay?
Okay. Yeah, we kind of, so he knows what the boundaries are.
Yeah. I mean, he came in the lot, parked in the visitor parking, even through the lobby, it's kind of open. to the
I
public.
kind of explained to these guys, it's government.
And that's what I was explaining to the security guards out there.
Yeah.
This is government property.
As long as
He
he's
can
not
access.
impeding, so we just got to warn him, they don't want him impeding business, other drivers and stuff that come up to the window, he can't get in their way. If he wants to film, he can.
So he's saying his business is concluded, however, he wants their names and information. And I was like, well, I can't force that. He goes, well, then I want some sort of public information
Well, he can do
form
a
or
core
something.
request. He can-
Yeah.
It's online,
Okay.
through
Yeah,
the
these are
website.
employees, they're not public servants, so. Yeah, you can get that through.
Okay, dude. He says they're not public servants. If you're a public employee, you're a public servant. So, and then he says, oh, well, you can get it online. That's true. You can get it online, but remember, guys, the ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act, states that local governments are required to provide reasonable accommodations for those with disabilities, and they can't ask you what your disability is. There are people in the United States who are illiterate. They can't read or write. Okay, what if you're blind? What if your arm's messed up? You know, there's lots of reasons that they have to be able to take. They have to write it down for you too. So that the whole online thing, it just drives me crazy.
Yeah.
He can go.
Records request
Yeah.
online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, did he give you any indication what his concern is? Is there a transportation
No,
concern?
he doesn't have to disclose
Do you
that if he
vote
doesn't
for
want to. No.
23, we're good for it.
I mean, technically, I can ask him for ID, but I can't require him to give it to me. So I don't even know who the guy is
Yeah,
at this
it's not
point.
even worth pushing.
See how Officer Wright, he knows who I am, right? Because the security guard just told him my name, but he didn't want to tell them. I really appreciate Officer Wright, man. And you can tell he's trying to be diplomatic about this because he knows right now that all these people, including his partner, hate me. But he's trying to do the best he can to diffuse the situation. And so if you guys want to give him accommodation, that would be cool too, man. This guy is the real deal, man. He's the truth.
Officer Wright is an exemplary example of how to handle this situation. He knows my name and didn't disclose it to these anti-American Karens and Darrens. If Milky had been the one to speak with the security guard outside, he would have sang like a bird. Now, most of these employees probably know my name already, and if they don't, they'll know it after this video. But the point is, Officer Wright protected my personal information because I didn't commit a crime. The contrast in demeanor between Milky and Wright is like night and day. Milky, take notes from your colleague. In fact, with your thought process, turn in your gun and your badge and retire.
I'm not going to push that issue
So
with
this
him.
is what I'm gonna ask Dave Allison, our security guy, is if because technically, you're not supposed to be in here unless you're invited an employee or a contractor.
Yeah.
We just keep those gates open for ease.
Yeah.
Tomorrow they will be closed.
That's
I'm
a
gonna
good
ask
idea.
Dave.
Because then that
Allison.
changes the perception of whether or not
And
this
then
is
we're gonna
publicly
have,
accessed.
we're gonna get something put on so
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
can get in.
So you can drive into the gate and you see someone says guest visitor parking. You go to that visitor parking. You walk into a lobby that's open.
So visitor
kinda-
parking, see, the problem with that is,
She's trying to go through all this stuff and make it more difficult when all they have to do is just, be nice and, answer any questions, and then that's it. But instead, that's what they do. They always double down and they got, okay, we're going to shut the gate. We're going to create key cards, like spend more government money, just wasting it. Right. And then the next year they go over on budget. So now they request more money because they went over on budget. Right. They're the ones being careless with our tax dollars. It's completely unnecessary. Her way of fixing this.
people who don't work here, visitors from downtown, they're
Yeah.
still employees.
I
know.
understand.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just saying
semantics.
it's,
I know,
it's
it
the,
is.
it's
You're
the
right.
perception of
Yeah,
it.
It is,
And
it's a
it is-
perception. You are
But
correct.
because it's a
Gonna push
government
that.
ran state
Yep,
facility, they have, just like our substations, fire departments.
Yeah.
um,
They can come inside and stand inside of the
No,
lobby.
I just
go
want to know
wherever
what
they
the
want.
boundaries
Well, not
are.
so much, like I said, with the lobby.
Within
boundaries.
boundaries.
And these guys know that. They know exactly the buttons to push and how far to push the boundaries. There's a couple others that we're dealing with, especially over here on the east side, that are really pushing some boundaries. It's very annoying. They show up on I don't know how they find us. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. They know exactly
Where we are.
how to do it and what to do. They can sit in their car and yell
Well,
and
I will
scream.
let him know that as long as he's not impeding, he can stand here and film.
Yeah.
And I can't force anybody to give him their.
No.
So
information,
what I could do is redirect employee traffic to come in.
Yep.
And they can get their keys from over here and they don't have to have contact with us.
That's
The
what I'd
door's
recommend.
closed, and that's how we're gonna finish the day.
And hopefully, when he leaves, I would go out and shut the gates.
Yep.
Okay? All right.
So this is happening over at another school?
All right, sorry. All right, just trying to get all the information, man. So yeah, you were correct. This is a government facility, okay? You do have the right to be here because it's a public lobby. They just asked that maybe you not impede any of the business that's maybe going on here at the window or behind the glass. You can sit here and film and do what you got to do, man. I'm not trying to keep you from doing that. And they're not trying to keep you from doing that either, just as long as you don't impede with the business that's going on. Okay. As far as requesting their information, I can't force that from them. They're not government employees like I am, like firefighters are, that kind of thing. They're just regular employees, so you can request that online for the Freedom of Information Act.
Just so you guys know, there's more. If you saw the last video, there's more to this video that is not on the first video where they're talking without me there. So don't leave yet. And also I have the outro for today is not just a typical outro. I have something special for you guys. It's definitely different. You don't want to stick around and see it.
And get that information from somewhere online. I don't know where that is, but that's what I was advised by.
I know where it is. I can do it.
Okay.
They're supposed to have a form out there because sometimes
I asked about that.
they don't have internet access.
Yeah.
So the Freedom of Information Act, which is a federal law, actually states they have to have a physical form, or I could write it down on a piece of paper and turn it into them.
Yeah.
Actually, the way FOIA is written is that I only have to verbally give that request to a public employee, and the onus is on them.
Well, they're not
But I'm
public.
pretty sure they're going to violate core laws, and they're not going to abide by that.
They're not public employees like I am. Like I'm a public employee.
No, you are a public employee. You are a law enforcement
They're
officer.
privately hired employees.
No, they're not privately hired. Their
That's-
salary
I'm
is
just-
stuff I can
I'm
get.
just telling you that's what
And
I've
this guy's
been
taking a
informed.
picture of me. I'm pretty sure in your policy, you're not supposed to be taking pictures of law-abiding citizens. Okay, yeah, I'm sure you were. So I'm gonna get that picture off your phone. CRS 18-8-114 is abuse of public record, so I'm letting you know. If you delete that, since you created a public record, that will be a misdemeanor crime. I'm gonna do a public records request as soon as I leave here.
Okay. So they said you.
So a lot of times, like trolls say, "Oh, they can take a picture of you. You're taking a picture of them." I don't care that they're taking a picture. It's against their policy, though. A lot of times, for them to take pictures. Like I know a lot of police officers, they can't just go taking pictures of people while they're on duty unless they're investigating a crime, right? So that's the thing. It's against their policy to do that, and there's no the reason they're doing it is just like for retaliation, right? Type of thing. So I wanted to get a records request and the picture off his phone, which I wasn't able to do because they said, oh, there was no picture, even though he admitted he took a picture. He just said, I took a picture of the map, right? So they're just corrupt all the way around.
It's okay. They don't, what you got to do out here, but to not interfere with what's going on.
Right, and I was gonna address that.
Okay.
I don't need the directives. Every time an individual came up to the window, I actually moved out of the way. I'm not impeding anything.
I'm not saying you were. That's just their request.
Right,
Okay.
and this guy over here, cowboy, kept acting like I had a rifle, slamming the door, telling all the employees, don't come in this way, I've never even made an attempt to go over there, man. This is ridiculous. I'm sure you guys know what we're doing here, right? This is an employee conduct check, and you're doing a great job, but these employees are failing miserably, man.
Okay. Maybe they never had any contact like this before, and they maybe are kind of overwhelmed. They don't know what to do, man. I mean, we deal with this a lot. Okay. Is that you or me?
Can you explain to Mr. Security Guard here that he can't demand ID from a free member of the public?
Okay. Did he ask for it again?
Yeah, he asked me repeatedly. He needs to know what my
I'll let
business
him know.
is. He needs
And
to know my ID.
I actually told him that outside. I was like, hey, listen, this is because it's a bus yard, it's not considered part of the school. It's a government facility. Like if you're going to a school and doing this, it might have some other concerns. I mean, because it's
I would
kids.
never do that.
And I'm not saying you would, but I had to explain to him that this was separate from the school because this is just where they park the buses. And it is a government facility. The gates were open. There is visitor parking. This lobby is open, and you have every right to be here. And he understood that. He's not a law, he's just a security guard, so he's not law enforcement or anything like that. So I will advise him again, that, just because you're in here, I can't request ID from you. I can ask you. If you say no, then that's the end of the story, right? And we understand that. So I'll make sure these guys understand that. And I don't know what the reasons are for requesting ID. You've been totally cool with me, and I appreciate that, man. Just trying to work through the situation because, like I said, I've never been here before.
Dude, Officer Wright is freaking amazing, man. Like he knows my name. You know what I mean? That security guard already told him my name, and so what a great guy, man. Like talk about honoring your oath, dude. I'm impressed.
No, that's cool. Hey, I want to tell you that I like to highlight good employees, and I'm not here to antagonize or create a situation like they were saying. He's here to start stuff. That's not true. And I do appreciate you honoring your oath and respecting my rights, and that's awesome. And actually, I just literally got trespassed last week from a public space from Colorado Springs Police Department. So
We're at which station?
They were out of Gold Hill.
Okay. I
So,
can't. I'm not a Sand Creek.
It was horrible. They trespassed me out of there.
Yeah. So
So is this happening over at another school?
Palmer, they said same thing's happening at Palmer High School.
Yeah.
Or similar thing.
Well,
I texted the
Yeah.
superintendent.
Downtown is very common. There's a few auditors that hang around downtown and try to goat the hot team, and the downtown officers that walk up and down the street, they try to go. I mean,
It's a goad, G-O-A-D, not goat, like bah, right? But you know, there are some people, I know who he's talking about down there in Colorado Springs. You know, I think that activism is important too, but I don't really like to conduct myself that way because I mean, I just don't like to, unless I have to. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have let officers have it, but they have to do something pretty bad for me to just go in there and do that for no reason.
they bait them. And as soon as I saw this call, I'm assuming that's what this was a baiting, trying to get us to come out
And be aggressive with them.
yeah, but.
And you see how he's exacerbating this and he's making it worse. He's putting ideas in these employees' head. He's reinforcing their behavior of what I'm there to do. And that's not true. The only thing that I wish Officer Wright would have done is educate these guys. It's just hard, man. It's peer pressure. Your other colleagues there are saying all this stuff about me, right? It's difficult. So I get it, but it would have been nice if he would have educated them instead of what this Milky guy is doing. He's making it worse, man. He's spreading false information.
Like it's doing, well, maybe it could be still because they're trying to push the buttons at Palmer. I
don't know. I'm just gonna tell our superintendent, that
Yeah.
he's, right now is considered public domain.
Yep.
This lobby area.
Until
but
you start
I'm gonna start closing the gate.
closing the gates and then it's no longer, because that
And-
perception goes away.
And we're gonna put
No trespassing signs. Yep.
on the gate.
And then maybe card key access only or something like that.
Well, we have key access.
Yeah.
Our key.
Yeah, but not everybody has a key,
Yeah, the only ones that don't are bus drivers, so.
but they have access when they're
Well,
in their
they're
bus.
And this is stupid because I never even went back there. I usually do a follow-up. Shit, my attorney is calling me, not the DMCA lawyer, my civil rights attorney. I usually do a follow-up visit. I never even did one here. So I don't know if they put no trespassing signs up, but like they just did it for no reason. It was stupid. And, you know, I could see if I came in there and I actually was causing a disruptance and stuff, but this, again, just it's unnecessary.
Because it's a weighted,
Well, but they have, I think that back entrance.
we'll take care of it.
Yeah.
We'll get that.
It's a
done.
game. You just have, it's a chess game. You just
Yeah,
gotta
exactly.
Right.
keep moving the
But we
pieces.
put everything up because we are having, homeless
Oh,
come
yeah.
in, get in the bus.
Oh, it's a
So,
huge problem.
but anyway, we just
Okay.
don't need it. It just, the Deserted schools, there's a lot of ticked off parents.
Yeah.
So we don't know if this is gonna get into an anger issue. But, so I'm gonna go in and just tell them
Okay.
to just don't engage.
Well, good luck, guys.
All right,
thank you.
sir.
Yeah.
We
You-
appreciate what you do.
You guys have a good day.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Record, that would be a misdemeanor crime. I do all
Okay, so now it comes in with an M16 or a gun.
Well, it sounds like, that could be anywhere. He knows.
Here's that. What if he comes in with an M16? You know what I mean? Like, come on, people.
They're,
Not public. No,
well, it is to an extent because it's open gate access. This is a state building. It's a lobby. They do this all the time at our substations, fire departments, hospital. I mean, anything government owned, state owned, that's not private businesses. So like Best Buy. So you can't go into Best Buy just filming. They can ask you to leave because it's trespass. But because it's a government ran facility, state owned or whatever, he can come in the lobby as long as he's not impeding business, stuff like that. Film.
honestly, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Our safety is at risk.
Yep.
Everyone in this front area is at risk.
Yep. Just like ours. I mean, there's no difference at the police station lobby, and those guys, they know exactly what buttons to push and how far to push it. And he's within his rights to stay in the lobby. Right now, it sounds like the administrators are going to change the gates so they're always locked. Then that takes.
Hey, Blue Unicorn. I remember, was it like 3 years ago, I think, in the last DMA smear campaign. So you need to understand that, like, I can see comments too, like they're public. So long time no see, but I remember seeing all the shit you were talking about me. which is kind of weird because it used to be one of my main supporters, man. So if you want to email me and chat about it, you could.
Takes away that public's perception of this is a, well, you can come onto the property and stuff like that. Yeah, I know, it's irritating, but that's what these guys want. They want to bait people into these types of confrontations with them.
Our side is coming.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I'd have pounded him. Took him
Yeah.
outside and threw his camera out in the street and got to get him
Yeah,
right over.
he could have, put his energy to something else and.
Right.
But instead, this is what he chooses to do, and this is what it is. But it sounds like he's getting ready to leave anyways. I think he got re-energized since we're here now, and he wants to film us, trying to bait us into a confrontation. We're not going to. So we're going to leave, and hopefully then he gets bored. And then once no one else kind of interacts with him, he'll leave. He's looking, it's all about the likes on TikTok or whatever he's live streaming on. He's looking for live streaming stuff, likes and dislikes. So that's all it is. Guys, have a good day. Yeah.
So we're out of Sand Creek, so we don't know anything that happens over there, man.
Which one are you
So-
guys?
Sand Creek.
Sand Creek, okay, this is my first interaction with you guys. I've had some interaction with Falcon Hill. I think it's Falcon Division.
Falcon.
They're great. I really like impressed with Falcon Division, so.
So, and you know, we're here because I'm a big believer. I was in the military and all that stuff, so I'm a believer in the Constitution and, you know, protecting everybody's, you know, constitutional rights, man. And that's what you're here doing, and I'm here to make sure you be able to do that and do it safely, okay?
Appreciate that.
I just, and I know you said, I just want to make sure we're on the same page, that just not interfering with what the business is going on over here at the window, okay? Just make sure.
I think he just did that. He reiterated because now Milky's there and Marchinsky here, the security guard, top flight security guard here, is here. So he wanted to say that and maybe say it so that he said it instead of coming from one of these other guys. So that's okay.
We're on the same page here. And I know we've gone over a couple times, so.
I've never done that, so
All right.
that's not needed, but I
Cool.
would like
Yeah.
your business.
Yeah.
I'll shake your hand.
Yeah,
I do
all right.
appreciate that.
I was trying to get it out of my pocket here. That's my card right there.
Thank
You may write the call for service number on there.
Yeah,
or-
that'd be awesome.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
340-359.
See how he even offered to write the call for service on there for me? You know what I mean? That is doing an exceptional job right there, not just doing the bare minimum.
It's a call for service number there.
Milky? Did I say that right? And just so you know, like I said, I like to highlight public employees. I will.
And then Milky gave me his card. See, Wright gave me his actual business card. Milky gave me those generic ones where they just write their name and badge number on it, so you don't get their information. And he wrote his name so sloppy on purpose that I couldn't even read it. I had to call and get his name and badge number. I couldn't even read it.
Be filling out a commendation form for you.
All right. You don't have to do that, man. I
Hey,
appreciate
I
it.
like to do it, man. I like to do it. You know, after getting arrested and you know, cited for trespassing at a public place, and it's refreshing to know that there are some Colorado Springs
What's
police
the
officers.
pen for the justice for?
Oh,
Who
this is Justice for Tim Henley, a Westminster Police Department. Gunned him down, fired 15 rounds, shot him 11 times. He was unarmed.
Okay.
There was a lawsuit, they just settled.
What is that? I haven't heard about
It's
that.
been a few years,
Has it? Okay.
and both the police officers are still employed there.
Okay.
So but they settled too, so they basically are admitting that it was a and they're still employed, so that's why I wear this at all times.
I got you.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah. So, any other questions for us, man?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. All right. Hey, I appreciate your time, man.
Yeah, you
Have a
guys-
good day.
you too.
Cool.
Hey, dude, you're welcome here, man. Like I said, if you want to email me, we can chat, dude, in private, okay? But I mean, you were talking shit about me in public, so I just reciprocated, brother.
Man, just brilliant. I don't know who this is. Officer Wright.
So this is interesting here. They muted, so they redacted this. So I'm wondering what they're saying. Yeah, I can tell he says my date of birth though. So they all know who I am and everything else because of the trolls.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, bye. So
Yeah.
can't even force him to provide ID to us. So we're just out here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Appreciate you.
That's what
Yeah.
it is.
So even situations like this, we can't force an ID. So just
Okay. Did you notice how as soon as I walked out, he was talking about you can't give an ID, and then once he saw me out there, he reiterated, he said it again, just so he knows this, so I would know that he told him. That was cool of him to do.
future reference.
Can I get you guys' call?
Yeah, I'll give you one. Yep. I washed my vest this week, and all the pockets are tight now. You got the case car search number on there. Again.
Yeah.
And my thing is falling apart.
So I think what happened is the trolls called the police department and told the dispatch my information, my name, all that stuff. And then that's why they called Officer Wright and told him that. And so they were writing down my name and date of birth and everything else.
Yeah. I think he's writing it down on there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Make sure you stick around for the outro because I have something different for you guys this time. It's very interesting.
You're 25 on Finland. You're 25.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, you guys have a good day.
Yeah. All right, sir. Have a good day, sir.
Okay. So that's it, guys, on that one. But so for this outro that is going to be playing soon, I wanted to. So you guys know about all the stuff that's going on, right? With all this new stuff, this information we're finding out, right, about a particular person. I don't want to say too much because I think you're allowed to, but they suppress things. So you guys know what I'm talking about. And I've been thinking about this for a while. And I know people are going to say, oh, you're just trying to take heat off of you or something. But I really have been thinking this for a long time. And it's like I feel like there's a huge underreaction to what's going on right now. So you guys remember Roe v. Wade? Remember the protest? I remember in Denver, there was like thousands of people in the streets marching down the streets, right? And like, whatever your opinion is on Roe v. Wade, I used to be pro-choice. And then, in the last, I say 5-10 years, I've kind of really been leaning more towards pro-life, right? I've been flip-flopping. And I do have my final opinion now. I'll let you guys know in a different, if you're interested in knowing my opinion, but either way, whatever you want to, whatever side you're on, I mean, essentially you're fighting for your right to unalive your baby, right? Or oh, it's not a baby yet. Well, whatever, you're terminating a life, right? So huge protest for that. But now we have evidence of actual alive born babies. Okay. Yes. And children and, teenagers too, and women, but infants, okay, that are being unalive, that are being SA'd, right? That are being, right? They're having lunch with this, dude. It's that bad. It's the most heinous crime that anyone could ever commit, right? Worse than Jeffrey Dahmer, dude. Worse than Ted Bundy. Worse than anyone. Where's the protest? There's not a single I haven't seen any protests. It's so wild, the underreaction. People are just clocking in on Monday and getting their taxes ready for April, right? They're still talking about the Super Bowl. They're still talking about the 1201. Like in comparison to what's going on right now, like I don't think anything compares to this. I just can't believe that they've definitely done a good job of just making us docile. That's for sure. It's just, so anyways, this outro, you guys know that there's a lot of talk about a particular food, and it was really big in like 2017, 2016, right? And that whole thing came out, oh, it's a conspiracy, which, obviously it's not now, but there's certain people that were pointing out things in like music videos. Like I remember Katy Perry has a lot of references to this particular food. And, in her music video, she's got like the black and white checkered thing, which is the elite use because they like duality. There's ice cream, there's all kinds of like the little things, right? She has all kinds of like eating things, in her music videos. Lady Gaga, big time. I mean, when she did the Super Bowl halftime show back like 5 years ago or whatever, that was like a whole ritual. It's crazy. So if you're, you know, if you are big, if you are in Hollywood, if you're in the music industry, and even big YouTubers, you know, like to get that big, you're part of the group, right? There's a couple that aren't. I think Mel Gibson might not be. I think Jim Carrey might not be, which he's gone. I don't know if you've seen that. That's not him. I know it's not him, not just from facial work. They're saying he got some work done. Dude, his demeanor is completely different. That's not him. And you remember he was calling everyone out too. Remember he went on that show and he's like, oh, remember he was calling everyone out. So they let him live for a while because, you know, he was irreplaceable. You know what I mean? A lot of people are replaceable. He wasn't, but they finally got rid of him, in my opinion. But anyways, there's a lot of talk about food, but there's this one thing I was just thinking the other day. I was like, this movie, and I was like, there's something about a food. And I was like, I don't think anyone covered that. I think I might be the first one to play this in regards to this food, because I've seen a lot of it, you know. There's all kinds of stuff like music videos mainly, right? Macaulay Culkin did this thing. He had a, you know, anyways, you guys know about the food. The same food that the Ninja Turtles eat, right? So I'm going to leave you guys with this outro. And, you know, they have to tell you what they're doing, right? Because it's like karmic retributions or something, right? So they have to tell you, because if they tell you, then they're not deceiving you, right? Then if they tell you, then, and you do nothing about it, then now it's consent, right? So they have to tell you, and they tell you in subtle ways, right? And they throw it in your face and they mock you. So we're about to play this outro so that you can see what they're mocking you. But before we do that, I have to just quickly say, shout out to my members. What's up, Q the Audit? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. Life Under the Mic, dude. I really appreciate you right now, big dog, dude. Thank you so much. And, you know, you said something about, what's his name? Here's the deal. You know, I love the Here's the Deal, dude. But, you know, a lot of the people that are upset are the people that don't have original content, right? I had somebody else reach out to me, a big showcaser guy, saying this is bad. But yeah, those people don't have to be concerned, because people want them to share their videos, right? So again, the implications are just not what people think. And it was, if I didn't do it, somebody else was. Be mad at the legislator if it's that big a deal. Crofty in the house. Thank you, Crofty. Let's see who else, as far as members go, if I have any. And then we're going to play this outro. I think that might be it. If I missed you, sorry. So yeah. So here we go. We're going to play it. Now just know, after you'll know what it's talking about and how they are just throwing it in your face. We need to be outraged about this, guys. This is a way underreaction. It's been happening for a long time right under our noses. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Peace.
We've punched the pizza dough down, and it's time to sauce it up. Oh boy, is my mouth watering. You're gonna want to put a big dollop of that tangy red dead center on the dough, then use the cheese to shove it to the edge.
Oh yeah. Sure, I think you should take a look at. Whoa!
No! What?
What have I said about knocking? Always knock. Whoa! Sorry, sir.
And what is so important that you need to interrupt me during my private reflection period?